Hey little warriors, Anthea here. Welcome to our second little warrior lesson. Today we're talking further about forgiveness, self-forgiveness and forgiveness of others and how we can begin to move towards that. So happy Easter to everyone who's celebrating Easter today. A few things. This is a live video, so if you're coming on now, you're viewing it live, but if you come on later and you view it and you leave, like if you comment, I won't be able to see it because it's not live anymore, but I will be able to see it later and I can reply to you later. So just to clarify that for people who aren't really sure the difference between a live video and just a normal video. And if you have messaged me and I haven't gotten back to you yet, I will. I'm just a bit under the pump at the moment, so I promise I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you haven't heard from me in a couple of days, just poke me or send me a love heart or something like that. Hi Dee, hi Dennis, hi Evelyn. So today we're talking about self-forgiveness again. And I really want to talk about some pattern interrupts to help you if you have negative self-talk. And I also want to talk about our triggers. So things to look at when we're feeling triggered by other people or things we hear or see or whatever it is. And hi Mary, and also give you a little bit more information about how our beliefs rule us and how our brain is fueled by our beliefs and our emotional charges. But firstly, what I want to say is if something doesn't resonate with you, if I say something and it doesn't resonate with you, please let it go. Don't take it on. Some messages are for certain people and not everyone's going to be able to resonate with those messages. So if I say something and you don't believe it or it doesn't resonate, let it go. But if I do say something and you feel it triggering you and you have an emotional reaction to it, then that might be a good indication that there's something to explore there, something to look at and something to heal. So just keep that in mind, yeah? Okay, so I'm just looking at my notes. So I want you to think about something that you potentially think a lot about from the past. It might be something that you regret, or it may be something you wish had gone a different way, or it may be something that you just continuously beat yourself up about. So what's important to know when you are wanting to change something is that, so there's a couple of things. So if if you did something in the past and you regret it and you're like, damn, I wish I'd apologized to that person then. Hi Aaron, I wish I'd apologized to that person then, and now it's been like 14 years and I still feel guilty about it and I'm still thinking about it in my head over and over and over again. There's something, that's your psyche telling you something, yeah? That's your psyche saying to you, hey, you need to do something about this. I'm in your head. I'm showing you this message constantly over and over in your head because there's something you need to do about it. And so what can you do about it? What can you do about it if it's still haunting you? For me, if I felt strongly about apologizing to somebody, I would do it. Even if it's been 14 years, I would still apologize to them. And the reason why I would do it is because what if the other person was really hurt and wounded by your actions? And what if the other person has spent the last 14 years thinking that you did it intentionally or you did it to hurt them or for whatever it was, right? I would find peace in my heart and in my soul knowing that even though it's been 14 years, that I have put that person's mind to ease or to rest, or I have really communicated to that person why I did it or why that played out, or that I'm really sorry that I did it. It was a really shitty thing that I did, but I did it, and I just wanted you to know that I'm really sorry for it. So I've done that before, and I've only done it though, and I only recommend you do it if you would be okay if you didn't get a response from that person. Yeah? So only apologize, only send the text message, the email, make the phone call, whatever it is, if you are okay with getting nothing in return. Yeah? But if you're expecting something, don't do it, because then that's ego-based. Yeah? Whereas if you're going to do it because you want to apologize to someone, then that's really thinking about the other person. Yeah? And it's also going to, if you have a guilty conscience, it's going to put your guilty conscience to rest, at ease. Now, if somebody has passed and you wished you had apologized to them and you never got to apologize to them, then you can do it in the form of writing a letter, or finding some way to communicate that message. So I remember for me, when I was 22, my friend passed away tragically in a car accident. And he was somebody that I worked with, and he was amazing. And it was really, really tragic the way he died, right? And I remember I went to the beach and I was there alone, and I wrote in the sand, I wrote his name, and I wrote, "I miss you." Because I didn't know how else to communicate that. I didn't know how else to communicate with him. Yeah. So I thought, maybe if I write a message to him in the sand, he will somehow see it. Like if he's looking down on me, he will see the message that I'm writing in the sand, right? And I thought, as the waves wash up tonight and wash away the message, somehow he will get it. And that was my intention. My intention was to really send him this message, yeah? And that night I had a dream. And I'm getting like full goosebumps right now. I had a dream, and he came to me in the dream, and he sat next to me, and he didn't say anything, but he just sat next to me and he looked at me. And when I woke up the next morning, I knew that he'd received my message. So whether the person is alive or they have passed, you can still give them the message. And writing a letter, if you can't actually physically give it to the person, or if you know that it is in their best interest that you do not communicate with them, that you do not contact them, you can write the letter and you can burn it. Yeah, and you just find a way to transmute that heaviness that you're carrying. So I'll just read through the messages here. Hey Aaron, hey Daryl. So Aaron, I assume, are you talking about your mum, apologising to your mum, or are you talking about somebody else? Okay, so that's one thing you can do. And I really think that, and I talk a lot about this with my clients. Hi, Michaela. I talk a lot about this with my clients. If something's haunting you from the past, if there is a thought or a person or something that haunts you from the past, it's literally your psyche's way, your psyche, your unconscious mind, your higher self, God, whatever you want to call it, telling you that there's something you need to clear. There's something you need to do to release that story or forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself for it. So then it's your responsibility to find a way to do that. Yeah. So then that's gone, and you feel so much better and lighter, and you don't have to think about it anymore. Yeah. So that's one way to forgive yourself for things from the past. The other thing that I would really advise that we all begin to start to do, especially after the week I've just had, where I have gone between my head and my heart and my head and my heart, trying to understand a situation that happened in my life just recently, and knowing that I did things to cause an eruption. I needed to find a way to forgive myself. And this whole week I've just gone from my head to my heart, from my head to my heart, and it's been absolutely exhausting. And then I read this quote on Facebook, and it just said, let go of the idea that it could have gone any other way. Hey, Al. And so I began to do that, and I think it is great advice if we all begin to do that when we think of the past and we're like, oh, I should have done this, or I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have reacted that way, or I completely effed it up. If we just begin to believe that it couldn't have gone any other way, there was nothing we could have done, that everything played out exactly as it was meant to, we will begin to ease up on ourselves. Yeah. So please begin to embody that. Begin to think there is no other way it could have gone. And if you feel your mind beginning to play tricks on you, then simply repeat that. Just say, no, there is no other way it could have gone. Things happened exactly as they were meant to. Everything happens exactly as it's meant to get you to this point in time. I'm just reading some comments here. No, Aaron's just saying, no, I couldn't help her. I need to hear I'm doing the right thing. It feels right, pure heart. So it feels right, pure heart scared. Okay, so yes. Okay, so Aaron, here's the thing. With our family, I think one of the hardest things with our family, with our loved ones, is that sometimes, hi Debbie, sometimes we can see how we can help them. Yeah, we can see what they need to do to improve their health or to feel happier or whatever it is, but that it doesn't matter what we do. It's not like they will never hear us. Some people just don't want to hear what you have to say. Some people find comfort in their suffering, and it's not our job to fix them. Our job is just to love them at whatever stage they are at. And that is one of the hardest things to do, is to slowly watch people die, kill themselves, slowly watch people deteriorate when you know there's things that could be done to improve, right, addiction. So you know there's things that can be done to help them, but if people don't want to help themselves, you cannot help them. Believe me, I spent years trying to help someone who had an addiction, years, and it got me nowhere. It got me chasing my tail, going around and around in circles, and being left feeling helpless. So there was nothing you could have done. There was absolutely nothing you could have done, Aaron, any differently to have helped her. And that is a hard pill to swallow, but it is one that you need to, and you need to understand it, because it wasn't never your responsibility to fix her anyway. Yeah. All right. So Daryl's just asked a question. Do you know of a healthy way of forgiving yourself that would be kind of rites of passage? I feel we are missing that in our civilization. So can you explain to me, Daryl, a little bit further about what you're asking here? Because I believe that if you begin to just really listen to your intuition, right, and you really begin to forgive, your intuition will begin to show you all of the things that you need to do to forgive yourself. And it will go on and on and on and on, right? And sometimes you will, once you've done the majority of the work, you'll get to this period of time where you feel really good, because you're not beating the shit out of yourself anymore for the things that you've done in the past. So if you can explain to me a little bit more about what you mean, but there's heaps of different ways that you can begin to forgive yourself. And something that if you really want to propel, like if you really want to charge forward with the forgiveness stuff and heal things really quickly, then you have to know that you can't allow yourself to get away with anything. Yeah. So you will be shown ways to be more authentic. You'll be shown ways that you can improve how you speak, the things you say, how you treat people, how to embody integrity, really have integrity. Like integrity has been one of my biggest lessons ever. And if you begin to do all of these things, you will be rewarded for them and you will have peace of mind. So I don't know if that's answered your question, but I would love to talk to you further about that. If you want to PM me or do a post in the group that explains a little bit more about what you mean, that would be great. Hi, Debbie. Al saying, hi, Al, forgive yourself like you would someone else. Take care of you like you would a friend. Exactly right. So we can be really quick to forgive other people when they say sorry. So that's another way. I mean, apologizing to yourself, like go look in the mirror and say, hey, I know I stuffed up. I know I did things that caused us to feel like this, but I'm sorry. And write yourself a letter of apology, or just stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself like you are another person. It's really powerful. Mirror work is so powerful that it will help you move through things really, really quickly. But I think the key to things, and this is something that I really felt yesterday, is just really sitting with your emotions. Yeah, so yesterday I sat down and I put some music on because I was like, I'm a dysfunctional crier. I can't release my emotions through tears. Like I don't cry easily. I never have cried easily. And so I was trying to shift my emotions yesterday, and I put some music on and something began to happen, right? Something was starting to stir within me. And as I sat there and I just really sat feeling what I was feeling, I felt it. Like I really felt the regret, and I felt the grief, and I felt it all, and it was okay. And it wasn't hard. It was just a bit uncomfortable. But then once I felt it, then it went. And I got a rush of energy and I began to feel better, and I picked myself up. I cried a little bit. It wasn't much. It was like, what's her name? That actress from The Holiday where she's like trying to force herself to cry. That was me. Anyway, I picked myself up and I just started working, and I started working on my projects, and it was good. So that's how easy it is. You just got to sit in it. Literally, instead of suppressing it, just express it. Allow yourself to feel it and express it, and it'll be over. It'll be over so quickly. So that's what works for me. Oh, good. Okay. Michaela's saying you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. Exactly right. You just can't. Like, you can talk at them till you're blue in the face, but they won't be able to hear you. And it's okay. Like, it's not a judgment on them. It's just people are at different stages in life, in their evolution, in their ascension, and we just gotta love people for where they are at. It's not our job to change anyone. And unless someone asks us for help, we can't help them. Okay, great. You're welcome, Daryl. Yes, forgiveness is easy, Debbie, when we have love. Al's saying, without mistakes, we never learn. I don't cry either. Yeah, Debbie, I think it's, it's very common for people who have certain wounds to not express through tears easily. Al's saying he cries too much. That's okay. Hey, Dennis, thank you. Debbie's just saying, I hold my feelings inside. It's not good. I need to feel it and let it go. Yes. So our emotions can make us really sick if we continue to suppress them. They build up and build up until our cup is full, and then we begin to suffer from stress and anxiety, and we snap at people easily, or we snap at ourselves, and we become fueled by those negative emotions that hold us. And another thing I will say is that when you carry a lot of negative emotions, you begin to see it on your face. Your face carries that heaviness, and it expresses the heaviness. And as you begin to release those emotions, you begin to feel lighter and you begin to look more beautiful. So I remember doing a tapping session with Gail, and Gail's the lady who does the EFT tapping in the group. And I went in there particularly sad one day, and she helped me tap away all through the emotions. It's another way of dealing with your emotions when you're in them. And she said to me, "Oh my God, you look different." By the time we finished the session, she was like, "You look different." And I looked in the mirror, and I did. I looked so much lighter and brighter. My face just lit up. So, yeah. Okay. Yes. I know you were, Al. I think we're going through the same thing at the same time. So, does anyone have any questions? And, okay, so Dennis is just saying, "I find getting in nature a great way to balance my emotions. Empathic and sensitive abilities. I enjoy a good cry, and I say thank you with love and gratitude after a minute." That's really beautiful. Yes, so grounding yourself out in nature, going to the beach, putting your feet in the sand or the water, putting your bare feet on the grass, it helps bring you down, drops you into your heart. So lots of beautiful comments here. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. When I talk about pattern interrupts, hi Labrini, when I talk about pattern interrupts, I wanted to talk about compliments. So what do you do when someone pays you a compliment, right? When someone pays you a compliment and you go straight into awkwardness because you don't know how to receive a compliment, and you brush off the compliment, which is what I used to do, just brush off the compliment, "Oh, don't be silly," or whatever it is you say, and you actually block yourself from feeling that compliment and receiving it and taking it in. What you want to do is you want to bring in a pattern interrupt, yeah? Because you want to begin to believe the things people say to you. If people are paying you a compliment, it's because they see it, and it's real, and they want to let you know that you look beautiful today, or that they think you're a kind person, or that whatever it is, they want to let you know. So learn to receive it, yeah? And then maybe you'll begin to believe it. So what you want to do is you want to bring in a pattern interrupt. So when they give you the compliment and you start going into your story like you usually do, you want to stop it, and you want to just take a deep breath. All you got to do is just go, "Thank you." Yeah, just smile, say thank you. They don't need to hear your story. They don't want to hear your story. All they wanted to do is give you a compliment. Say thank you and try and breathe it in. Even if you just take in that 1%, right? That one little percent, do that every time, and you will learn how to accept compliments. And yes, it may make you feel uncomfortable, but that's not their problem, yeah? That's your problem. And you have to just continue to make yourself uncomfortable so that you can begin to receive. And this is compliments. I'll tell you, compliments is probably the best thing to begin learning how to receive, yeah? Because until we master the art of receiving, we will never get what we want. We can ask for what we want, but if our door to receiving is closed, then we're never going to get it. So accepting compliments, you know, like from strangers when you go to the coffee shop and they're like, "Oh, I like your earrings." Thank you. Right? Just thank you. And keep taking it in, and keep doing that until you get really good at it. And then, you know, when you ask for help, you can open up the door to receiving it. And that is, receiving help has really helped me on my healing journey in massive ways. Allowing other people to help me is such a beautiful thing, and it is so healing. Hey Labrini, how you going? Yes, Al's saying smile and breathe into the compliment. Exactly. Just take it all in. Just take it all in and trust that it's true until you convince yourself that it is. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. That's everything that I wanted to talk about today. If you have any questions, post them in the group. I hope the video has been helpful. And remember that if you are watching this later today, I'm not here to answer your questions, that I will pop on later and I will respond to your comments and I'll answer your questions. So sending you all lots and lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon.